Ladies and gentlemen and children of the planet Earth, do you know what you're looking at? What you were just looking at was a set of engraving tools made by Farkas in 1936. Those are my engraving tools that I utilized along with these drafting tools made by the same company in 1936 in Germany. It's a set of German precision instruments. This is another one of the tools that we're going to use in today's dissertation, made by Farkas as well. It's a collapsible set of scribing dividers. This, of course, is my logos and the name of my company. This is a tool that I utilized when building jet aircraft and wood dope and fabric aircraft for leveling the aircraft. And what allowed me to build aircraft is this license here, aka my airframe and power plant FAA A&P license. And that was myself many years ago when I received this license from the Federal Aviation Administration while I was working on my dad's tugboat, the Paulinock. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All of these things, including the fact that I used to design and modify Pratt & Whitney aircraft engines, allow me to utilize those tools, but more importantly, what they allowed me to do was to see a complex series of pictographs that appear on the reverse and obverse of the $1 bills. And the thing that I had discovered while utilizing those tools is that there is a set of alignment marks on the reverse and a set of alignment marks on the obverse of the $1 bill. Oh, look, it's an omega symbol. Oh, you never saw that before, did you? No, you never saw that before because you people are lineal thinking human beings. And that's okay. If you ask 100 people where the omega symbol is, they will tell you that they don't know where the omega symbol is, because first of all, most of them don't know what an omega symbol is, and second of all, they've never been able to discern an omega symbol because they think along the forms of lineal thinking. You have to move away from lineal thinking to see the three-dimensional constructs that which I have found on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill, utilizing a set of dividers and my mind. Because while I used to build jet airplane parts, I would have to think along three-dimensional constructs. And this is a segment of an aileron, and inside the ports are where the rigging would go for the cable systems or the hydraulic systems. And we built all of this from scratch, from 6061 aluminum, except for the ends that were soft aluminum that we molded around blocks of wood like this with a soft mallet, and then we heat treated them. And these are just some of the skills necessary in order to build an airplane. And those skills allowed me to be able to see the different constructs that appear on the obverse and reverse of the $1 bill from a mechanical engineering point of view. And what you are looking at here is how some of the alignment marks line up on the reverse of the $1 bill, and more importantly, how some of them line up on the obverse of the $1 bill. Because I have repeatedly said that George Washington is the first president of the United States, but he also represents the last president of the United States, because on either side of George Washington's head are two candy cane-like structures. Here, one is here. Well, we're going to have to adjust this down a little bit so that you can see this. There we go. One set of candy canes is located here This is a candy cane with 4 dashes. This is a candy cane with 4 dashes. This represents the number 44, because George Washington is the first president, but encrypted into the Bible and into the pictographs on the $1 bill is a codex that tells you, which is prophetic in nature. And in fact, George Washington being the Alpha, he also represents the Omega, or the first and last president. He is the first president to be the President of the United States, and he will be the last president on the $1 bill, because when the economy collapses next year, they will remove George Washington and go to the European Union, the Euro or the Amero, that's made in Mexico, and they will remove George Washington from the face of the $1 bill, and therefore he will be the first and the last president of the United States of America, and the only president to ever appear on the $1 bill. Moving past that, this angle here that you see here, and this angle that you see here, forms a perfect 44-degree angle. When it touches the outside portion of the Omega symbol to this alignment mark, it forms an apex above George Washington's head at an exact 44-degree angle. This is not a mistake, because the bill is encrypted with another half a dozen or so such 44 by 44 measurements. This is 44 degrees, and this is 44 degrees. However, what most people don't know is that the measurement at the table or plateau of the real Great Pyramid in Giza, if you went there and took a measurement, the measurement from this point to this point is square at the top of the pyramid, and that measurement, as close can be figured, is 44 feet by 44 feet. And this is not a coincidence. The bill, known as the $1 bill, is the most complex series of pictographs on the face of the earth. If you took all of the engineers that have ever worked for NASA since the beginning of the space program, they couldn't build this pictograph with 3,300 pictographs that I have been able to discern so far. All of NASA couldn't build the pictographs that appear on the $1 bill, because the measurements line up with the words in the Bible. And the words in the Bible describe how you can see the different measurements and pictographs on the $1 bill, including what you know I believe to be the entire green side of the $1 bill being the Ark of the Covenant itself. I'm going to throw you a bonus today, ladies and gentlemen. This green side of the $1 bill is not only just the Ark of the Covenant. From a vertical point of view, the green side of the Ark of the Covenant has within it encrypted a pictograph of King Solomon's temple that can be seen if you look at the construct from a certain perspective and understanding that certain measurements are inside the Bible, and once you find the key to these measurements, you can see, if you have a non-lineal mind, a construct of King Solomon's temple. Moving past that, the height of the Omega symbol to the line at the base of George Washington, the Omega symbol under George Washington's portrait, is a specific measurement denoted in my book. Now, I'm not going to move the dividers. I am going to move the bill. And when you take that measurement, it is the same measurement from the inside of the seed pod to the edge of the bill on this side of the God pod, and it is the same measurement to the inside of the evil seed of death. Now, of course, it's off a few hundredths of an inch because I didn't have time to line it up. But this measurement here, which is the width of the evil seed of death and the width of the God pod, is not the same measurement as the height of the God pod or the evil seed of death. It is off approximately 1/100th of an inch. It is described in my book in great detail, and the reason why these are more of an egg-like structure, because it is not a perfect sphere. But this measurement and this measurement are identical. This measurement and this measurement are identical. And then this measurement here, the width of the omega symbol, is identical. There's a reason for that. And all of this is discussed inside my book, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. These measurements appear for a specific reason. And there are 1,990 pages of theory, postulation, and actual measurements, pictures, pictographs, and or drawings that I made from hand by scratch. Because, ladies and gentlemen, on the Ark of the Covenant that I have